Update 48 has brought many new ships to Dynamic Ship Simulator 3, with 3 of these ships being longer than what was the former longest ship in the game. In this video, I will be touring and reviewing the Q-Flex LNG carrier, which is now the new largest ship in the entire game. This ship comes in at a staggering length of 315 meters, beating out the Arctic class LNG carrier, the former longest ship in the game, by 27 meters. Before we get into the touring aspect of the video, here are some of the important stats for the Q-Flex. This ship was made by Defenestration 225 and cost 25 million credits to purchase. It is one of the top tier earners in the game and makes as much as the Ace class Roro and Lusitania, as well as the other 2 top tier ships added in this update. And that number is just over a million credits per hour of grinding. As a little reminder, no new ships that are added will make more than the current top tier ships in the game. Because it is an LNG ship, this means that its most effective route to use is between Hobbelin and Proto Ushuaia. The Q-Flex has a base speed of 14.5 knots, but on screen now you can see how much each additional level costs, as well as what they increase the top speed to. To purchase all of the upgrades, you can expect to pay just over 2 million credits. This ship does also support the extra customization game pass, so you are free to create whatever cool liveries you desire. But now let's head into the tour. At the bow of the ship you can find various windlasses, bollards, vents, and other kinds of equipment like a small crane for example. And this bow area backs right up to the massive enclosure housing the many different LNG tanks. When you get to this area, there are a couple of different ways that you can go. You can either stay on the main deck and take this walkway down towards the stern, or you can take these stairs up to the top of the LNG tanks. For now, let's go up. The top of the enclosure is covered in tons of complex piping for the 5 LNG tanks that are contained within. And you can more or less tell where each tank starts and ends because each tank gets its own systems. Each tank has a liquid dome where the liquefied natural gas enters and exits the tanks, as well as a vapor dome. There's also a tall mast at each tank. Towards the center of the ship, you can find the cargo manifold, which is where the LNG is loaded or unloaded from the ship entirely. The piping on this ship in general is outstanding, and you really have to admire how complex it is. But in this area especially, you can really see it in its most complex form. There is also one large crane on either side of the ship in this area. Not much further back, you can find the reliquefaction plant, which is this large box-looking structure. During transit, some of the liquefied natural gas may turn into a gas again. The purpose of this plant is to reliquefy the gas and return it safely back to the tanks. Once we get past this area though, we reach the main superstructure. One thing I really love about this ship is how many decks there are and all of the ways in which they are connected. It's pretty fun to walk around. Assuming you are still on the top of the enclosure for the tanks, you can either take stairs up or down. For now, let's go down. Back on the main deck at the base of the superstructure, you can find one deployable lifeboat on either side of the ship. These work about as you would expect, with them being able to be lowered into the water and picked back up if you would like. Further back, you can find a large windlass as well as another superstructure. In between the 2 superstructures though, you can find a little area leading through to the other side. This structure mainly has 2 cranes as well as the large funnel at the very top. At the very stern of the ship, you can continue to take stairs down to an even lower deck where you can once again find windlasses and bollards like you may find at the bow. A couple of neat details that we've already seen on a few other ships can also be found back here, and that is the port of registry and IMO number. The port of registry will change to whatever island the ship is spawned at, and the IMO number is actually your Roblox user ID. In addition, the ship has animated rudders, which is just another pretty cool detail. But now that we've covered the bottom half of the ship, it's time to head up. Up at the top of the main superstructure is of course where you can find the bridge. And up here you can also find your mast and radar technology. But now let's head inside. The interior here does not disappoint. This bridge is large, with blue being a prominent color throughout, but there are also plenty of wood trims, accents, and furniture pieces. In the middle of the bridge you can find the main control consoles, which look really cool. One small thing that I really like about them is that there are these prompts that allow you to stand at them without sliding around. In the center of the 2 consoles you can find the helm. Moving to the rear of the bridge you can find a couple of different areas for various things. On the right side you have a large charting area as well as other consoles that may help with that. On the outside walls of the bridge there are also multiple seats for you to sit in. Moving to the left side of the bridge there is a much smaller table with a computer and printer, and again on the outside wall there is a couch where you can sit. Since we are at the bridge, let's take a listen to the horn. As you can hear, it's a bit of a longer horn with a very deep tone, pretty fitting for a ship of this size. The Q-Flex does also have one skin available for purchase, which is named Qatar. This skin changes the livery which the Q-Flex is painted with, and in my opinion, it really looks great. The ship's colors are now a much cooler tone, with blues and greens instead of reds and browns. Sleek lines are also painted on the tanks and near the stern. This skin also supports the extra customization Game Pass, so once again, you can create endless color combinations. The Q-Flex is one of the coolest and most complex ships in the game, and there's no doubt that it will be one of the favorites. If you did enjoy this video, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. For anyone interested, my Discord server is also linked down in the description. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, I will see you all later. Bye.